You can have top grades, a resume full of extracurriculars, and even amazing letters of recommendation, but if you make the wrong choices when selecting the colleges you apply to, all your hard work can go down the drain. And believe me, this is one of the most common and most costly mistakes students make in the college application process. A lot of people build their college list based on prestige, fame, or rankings, without thinking about whether those universities truly align with their profile goals and the kind of experience they want to live. In this video, I'm going to show you the one mistake you can't afford to make when applying to US colleges, and of course how to build a strategic balanced list that actually increases your chances of success. If you're thinking about studying in the US, stay with me until the end, because this conversation might be a game changer in your journey. The problem with choosing colleges just by name or reputation is that it overlooks the most important factor: compatibility between you and the institution. Every university has its own culture, teaching style, approach to students, and even different expectations of who the ideal candidate is. Some value innovation, others prioritize tradition, some offer strong support for international students, others very little. Ignoring these details might mean spending 4 years in a place that doesn't welcome you, doesn't challenge you in the right ways, or simply doesn't align with your goals. Besides, when you apply to schools that don't really connect with your story, your profile, or your values, it shows in your application. Your essays feel generic, your motivation sounds forced, and the admissions committee picks up on that. On the other hand, when you choose institutions that truly resonate with who you are, your writing gains clarity, direction, and authenticity. That makes a real difference. Your college list isn't just a step in the process. It's the starting point for a coherent, intentional, and much more successful application journey. When you overlook things like teaching styles, campus culture, or the type of support the university offers, you risk ending up with a frustrating experience, even at a top-ranked school. Imagine being at a prestigious university where the classes are extremely theoretical, but you learn best through hands-on experiences. Or choosing an expensive, isolated city without realizing how much it could affect your mental health and daily life. These details, often dismissed at the beginning, have a huge impact on your day-to-day as a student. And, in the long run, they influence your motivation, academic performance, and overall quality of life. That's why building a strategic list is about more than picking famous names. It's a deep exercise in self-awareness. Ask yourself, in what kind of environment do I feel most productive? Do I prefer small classes or large lectures? Do I want to live in a busy city or a more relaxed campus? What kind of support will I need as an international student? These questions aren't secondary, they're essential. The ideal college for you is the one that recognizes your potential and offers the right environment for it to flourish. It's very common to see students betting everything on just 3 or 4 extremely selective universities, hoping the prestige of the name will make up for the competitive odds. But in practice, that's like playing chess and only aiming for checkmate, ignoring the rest of the board. Dream schools are amazing, sure, but the name says it all. They're dreams. And by definition, dreams come with risk. It's important to include them in your list, of course, but with the awareness that they can't be your only bet. Often the so-called target schools offer experiences just as rich as the most prestigious institutions, with one huge advantage. They're places where your profile actually matches what they're looking for. That means a higher chance of admission, scholarships, and even standing out on campus. Instead of being just one more applicant among thousands with stellar stats, you stand out as someone who makes sense there. And that completely changes how your application is received and reviewed. And that brings us to the safety schools, which are often underestimated. The truth is, choosing your safeties wisely is a sign of strategic intelligence. They're not the backup plan of someone who failed. They're the plan B of someone who's prepared. At a good safety school, you can build an amazing journey with less pressure, more personalized opportunities, and a real space to grow. Having concrete options gives you emotional peace throughout the process and can be what allows you to perform your best in essays, interviews, and tests. Creating a balanced college list is like building a strong team. Each choice plays a specific role in your overall strategy. Dream schools inspire you, target schools align with you, and safety schools support you. Together, they form a solid path toward your ultimate goal, having a transformative college experience with purpose, confidence, and peace of mind. After all, success isn't just about where you get in, it's about what you build from there. The personal statement is without a doubt one of the most important and most delicate parts of your entire application. It's your chance to speak directly to the person deciding your academic future, without filters, transcripts, or certificates. And for that very reason, many students feel pressured to nail the essay like there's a magic formula. But there is no perfect structure or foolproof model. What matters is a good story, told truthfully. And truth can't be forced. It has to be revealed. Trying to write something that will impress the admissions committee often leads students to create essays that don't actually represent who they are. They use fancy words, generic examples, cliché phrases, and miss the chance to make a real connection. The problem is, admissions officers read hundreds, sometimes thousands of essays. They can tell when someone is trying too hard or hiding what really matters. A great personal statement doesn't try to prove that you're amazing. It shows with simplicity and depth why your story is unique. Do you want to transform your academic future and achieve incredible results? With these 2 exclusive ebooks that I left in the video description, you'll master the application process for American colleges and increase your chances of approval, and also improve your study performance with practical and effective strategies. It's your turn to take the next step towards success. Don't waste time, click on the link now and start building the future you deserve. Being vulnerable in this context might feel scary, but it's also what creates the most impact. Talking about a mistake, a moment of doubt, or a genuine transformation doesn't make you weaker, it makes you human. And that's what universities are looking for. Real people with authentic journeys and the ability to reflect. They want to know how you face challenges, what you value, how you think, and what life has taught you. That doesn't show up on a resume. It's in the subtext of a well-written essay. That's why, before you write, you need to listen to yourself. Think about moments that shaped your path, that changed you on the inside, that taught you something valuable. Ask yourself, what does this experience say about me? How does it connect to the life I want to build in college? Clarity comes when you write from the inside out, not the other way around. The best essay isn't the most impressive, it's the most honest. And the most honest essay is one that only you could write. At the end of the day, the personal statement isn't about convincing anyone. It's about showing up with courage. It's about occupying that space with presence, identity, and purpose. When you choose to tell your story truthfully, you invite the reader to see beyond the paper. And sometimes that's exactly what turns an application into an acceptance. Finally, perhaps the most silent and most dangerous mistake is trying to go through this entire process alone. Applying to US colleges is complex, full of technical details, tight deadlines, and decisions that shape your future. Doing everything on your own might seem like a sign of independence, but it often just increases anxiety, confusion, and the risk of avoidable mistakes. Having support from mentors, teachers, counselors, or even former students can change everything. You gain clarity, confidence, and a more strategic outlook. Reviewing your essays with someone, brainstorming together, practicing interviews, all of that makes the process lighter and way more effective. Applying with intention is about much more than submitting everything on time. It's about showing up with awareness, making choices aligned with who you are and who you want to become. It's not just about getting into a college, it's about finding a place where you can grow, contribute, and truly belong. And that sense of belonging starts now, when you choose to apply with honesty, with courage, and with purpose. If you're interested in learning more about applying to US universities or finding useful tips to boost your studies and stay focused while preparing for college, make sure to check out the cards at the end of this video. And don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Take this opportunity and start shaping your future today.